It's too late. You're pulling out all the stops too late.
Yeah, okay. Well, we came here to talk to people at her school where she attended here.
Okay.
We're just doing everything we can to just try to get a feel for who she was and what might have happened, where she might be.
Y'all know the scenario, and she's likely no longer with us. Honestly speaking, y'all do this, y'all investigate this, you know how this goes.
That's possible.
It's likely.
It is likely.
And y'all are treating me, and this is my problem with this. I'm finna air out all my grievances since the show came and asked me.
Go ahead.
Y'all are treating me like a fucking criminal, like I did something. She was not in my care when all this went down. I'm dealing with the loss of my child.
I know.
And the gross negligence of Tallahassee Police Department.
Yeah.
The disgusting negligence of the department.
Yeah.
Could have potentially cost me the life of my child. And now y'all banging on my door 8-9 months later, asking me for my DNA.
We'll take all of that.
Very serious. Lori Paige disappeared in early June of 2023 while she was in the custody of her father, Andrew Wiley. Some question why Lori's mom, Maranda White, gave him custody of their daughter. If you heard the 2 interrogations we published of Andrew Wiley, then you also heard a lot of negative things that he had to say about Lori's mom, Maranda White, and about how Lori supposedly felt about her mom. But now we get to hear directly from Lori Paige's mom, Maranda White, and see what she had to say about her relationship with Lori and about Lori's dad, Andrew Wiley. On January 8, 2024, Maranda White, the mother of missing 12-year-old Lori Paige, posted a chilling message on Facebook. Open quotations. "My baby is gone," close quotations, followed by a broken heart emoji. Moments later, she deleted that. However, when questioned by law enforcement, Miranda said that she knew in her soul that Lori was dead, but that she did not know for sure. That's just what she felt. Fast forward to February 15, 2024. The day before, Tallahassee detectives had gone to Nashville, Tennessee. They scoped out the residence of Maranda White to see whether Lori was there. And they did some other investigation with the help of local law enforcement. So then on February 15, 2014, the detectives traveled to Maranda White's home, knocked on her door, and asked to talk to her. Their mission was to finally collect her DNA so that if Lori's remains were ever found, there could be something to compare them to. They also wanted to seize her phone because it contained important evidence of communications between Maranda White and Lori Paige, and Maranda White and Lori Paige's dad, Andrew Wiley. And it also contained a recording of an interaction that she had with Lori and Andrew Wiley that was of significance based on prior interviews that Maranda White gave to law enforcement. So they wanted that phone. And finally, of course, they wanted to question Miranda. Why was Miranda so reluctant to cooperate with law enforcement? And what would detectives discover when they finally met her in person and asked her the questions they so longed to ask her? In this video, we take you inside the encounter at Maranda White's home.
Very serious.
Like going foot traffic. Right on. Oh, time is on. I'll see if I can get rid of one.
Looks like he's at a corner?
Yeah, we were wondering about that one. Was it this one or the other one? Hey, Miranda. I'm Jerry Magda. I know you've been speaking with Detective Childers.
Well, we had one conversation.
Right. And I kind of wanted to follow up when she would have come with me, but she had court to attend to and all that stuff. That's why I was sent up here.
Yeah, I was just going to hear.
Yeah.
I'm Keith Seba. I'm a detective with Metro PD. Here's my location. Just I am reporting.
So we were coming up here, I guess, on another matter. She asked if we made contact with you for a buccal swab. I guess you had an appointment with Nashville PD and weren't able to make it for some reason, and we wanted to go ahead and do that now if you're able to.
And I've been asking TPD since the beginning for the files for this case. I'm not sure why y'all feel entitled to my cooperation, but y'all don't have to cooperate. Y'all are running down on
Okay.
people.
What files?
In all these, I want all the case files pertaining to Lori from the last case and this case.
So, and just to give you kind of an update on what we've been doing since we got here, we're pulling out all the stops.
It's too late. You're pulling out all the stops too late.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we came here to talk to people at their school where she attended here.
Okay.
We're just doing everything we can to try to get a feel for who she was and what might have happened, where she might be.
Y'all know the scenario, and she's likely no longer with us. Honestly speaking, y'all do this, y'all investigate this, you know how this goes.
That's possible.
It's likely.
It is likely.
And y'all are treating me, and this is my problem with this. I'm finna air out all my grievances.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all are treating me like a fucking criminal, like I did something. She was not in my care when all this went down. I'm dealing with the loss of my child.
I know.
And the gross negligence of Tallahassee Police Department.
Yeah.
The disgusting negligence of the department.
Yeah.
Could have potentially cost me the life of my child. And now y'all banging on my door 8-9 months later, asking me for my DNA.
We'll take all of that. Okay. They put brand new detectives on the case.
It's too late.
I hope that it's not, but it could be.
Because if I'm moving a child, y'all know how to do that. This is not. If I'm moving a child, I'm gonna move the child in 8 months. I'm not gonna wait for y'all to run down to my house.
We don't think that you moved the child.
I'm not saying, but anybody that did, because there's an adult, there has to be an adult involved. She can't sustain herself this long. So whatever, thinking in their pattern, if I know that I have a child that the police are looking for, I'm not just gonna hold them. I'm gonna move them. I'm gonna hide them.
Right.
Well, if you're thinking on the lines of placing the blame on us, then
not the blame. I'm not placing the blame on y'all.
I know.
How y'all handled it. It was mishandled. It was very mishandled.
If that's the case, then if it were me, I would want to say that they came to my house multiple times. They asked me for all these things multiple times. I complied in every way they asked. And when all that comes to light, then you can be on the right side of this.
You can investigate everything. I'm on the right side of this thing. I'm
saying there's no
I
reason.
don't, but I'm not entitled. I don't have to cooperate with y'all. I don't trust y'all.
Okay.
Well, one of the things is so maternal DNA.
I know how it works. Okay. Mitochondrial DNA, baby. Trust me. I got it.
Okay.
I got a master's degree in this.
Yes, and that's what we're trying to do.
And I'm saying that I want the case file. Y'all want what y'all want, but I can't get what I want. Because what's going to happen is that when these case files get lined up, this is going to look real stupid. And y'all, there's going to be a lot of holes to poke in why this didn't happen, why it should have happened.
Yeah.
Okay. And
so if you want what you want and I want what I want, and this is how you get things done. I had a loaner card. They wanted me to take their loaner back, and I kept their loaner until they gave me what I needed. That's how this works.
Okay. Well, let me tell you this: the two things that we came here for, the two things that could help out. Okay. Because I understand what you're saying, that you have complaints with the department, and that's fine. If there is issues there, then they should be addressed 100%. But what our job is to find Lori. Okay.
And y'all have failed. Y'all have absolutely failed.
We've just been tasked with this, so please help us. The DNA is important, whether alive or whether she's already passed. if she's found somewhere else alive, if she's found somewhere else deceased. The DNA is important to be able to identify her.
DNA is important. So are the case files. You're asking me for something. I'm asking you for. This is going to go in circles.
No, it's not. I'm going to lay out what we need, okay, and you're going to tell me what you need, and then we'll go from there. The other thing that we need is we have to explore all avenues. I know the night that you came to Tallahassee, there was an altercation with birth father, and you took some videos. And I know there were maybe some threats made, and I don't know if those were threats.
It was not a threat.
No, not from you, but from him or whatever. But there was some messaging back and forth. I have to ask, your opinion. Could birth father have done anything to her? Would he have?
I can't speak on that as a fact and say because I don't know. I don't think that he would have because I mean
that's what I'm asking. Your gut feeling. That's important. Too.
She's been down there like for summers and Christmas, so I don't think that he would hurt her. I really hope he wouldn't.
And nothing happened while she was down there. No allegations of even any kind of abuse at all, or nothing like that.
Not that I am aware of, but I don't. He didn't talk to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
But I mean, I'm not going to say like he didn't, but I don't.
Yeah.
I hope he wouldn't hurt her.
And we have no evidence that he did. I mean, forensics is, went over his apartment with a fine-tooth comb.
And he's been helpful.
He has been.
He's actually provided a swab for his DNA.
As he should. He was negligent.
Yeah.
Right.
This is his fault.
One of the things too with the video, did the video capture Lori at any time? When you were videoing whatever was happening between you and birth dad, Andrew?
Yes.
Okay. So that was on the 26th, I think.
25th of May.
25th.
That sounds
so
right.
That video would be important to us because you know your daughter. From everybody we talked to, she didn't have friends. She didn't have a strong friend group. She pretty much just stayed home. He worked the night shift as a correctional officer. So, and she had lost her phone privileges. So he had taken her cell phone and the computer phone. So we don't have any of that to rely on. All we know is that night she was at home by herself while he was at work. And then when he came home, she was gone. We don't have really any recent footage of her, any recent videos of her. Is there a possibility that she could have left in the same clothes if she left or was taken on that night that he went to work? Could she have been wearing possibly the same clothes, had the same hairstyle that you might have captured in the videos? Is that a possibility? Because we don't have any of that. There's nothing.
This was a week or two after she
before.
It was a week before, right?
Yeah,
and that would be the most recent image of her, I think, because we haven't gotten a picture of her from a time within the time she was reported missing and that day.
From traffic cameras in the area, from businesses. Of course, there's not many businesses in Ocala, but down further towards Tennessee or Tharp towards the other direction, there's nothing.
So are you asking me for a picture?
We're asking you for that video footage from that night, if you'd allow us to have it extracted from your phone.
It's not on my phone. And this has been my thing whenever Detective Childers and Detective Drake have asked me. I'm not comfortable providing that footage without legal representation because I'm not on y'all's side. I don't trust y'all. And anything y'all read me I called y'all to come and help me, and y'all read me my Miranda rights, and I felt like I've been treated like a criminal since the beginning.
That was on the night of the not when she went missing. That was the night of the domestic dispute.
But that's the first time that's ever happened. So this is, and I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. I'm a black woman in America. Yeah,
sure.
You know what I mean? Like we don't have a good relationship off the top. So
right.
I'm not comfortable
totally
just putting that out. And I haven't sought counsel because I don't even know what kind of lawyer to get because it's not family, it's not criminal.
Well, let me ask you this: would it make you feel more comfortable if there was a court order or something that compelled you to give us the footage?
No.
Would that make it a court document that says, yes, you are compelled to do it? What? I mean, for your record.
No, I've been asking you for records.
So
that would be a record.
When we get to the part about you want all the records, one, the case isn't closed yet. So there are still If we gave
Well,
you,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Why y'all could have just said that? It's an open. Okay, I didn't
Oh, I
understand
thought
that.
you were informed of that already. No, this is still.
I know y'all are still, but I didn't know like you couldn't give it out until it was all the way. I didn't
Actually,
understand that.
actually, here's the
That
thing.
makes sense.
You could get records, however, they would be so heavily redacted
because it's
Because it's
open.
not closed.
Yeah.
We're looking.
So,
Okay.
Yeah,
Once
and that's
we-
part of the problem. We would give them to you if we could.
and you're entitled to that.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
I
your
thought,
daughter.
but that makes sense.
Yeah,
Once
it's your daughter.
Case is closed, one way or the other, you're entitled to every single bit. You lived in Florida. You know the public records laws in Florida are wide open. You get anything you want. You know that. And we can't deny that. We would have no intention of denying that from you. And I know maybe you got off to a bad start with the initial detective on this. But me and Jerry, I mean, we spend a lot of our time sitting down with victims' families and just going over the details of the case files. That's a good portion of what we do.
And
So
we
you
also
were
have
entitled.
kids of our own,
Yeah.
and we would be devastated,
So
just like you are.
I'm like
If
you.
this happened to
I'm
us.
scared. I know the chances aren't good, but we have to hold out and have hope. Okay, that she's run away before. Maybe she did it again. We're still investigating sightings of her. Sightings is last week in Tallahassee. We've been to Tampa. We're pulling out all the stops and trying to do everything we can. It would be completely unlike her to stay gone for this long. I know she had depression issues and everything, but it would be completely unlike her to stay away and not to reach out to you or anybody else.
And she knows my phone number by heart.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. So at some point, even if she was gone for months, what would she do? She'd get to a tight spot and she's going to reach out to you. Mom need help, Because that's all she knows how to do.
Don't ever change your phone number.
Yeah, don't change that number. So we're trying to kind of reestablish lines of communication between your family and us. Know that it's still being worked. I mean, if we had detectives in Tampa, last week, we're still working it. We're here still working it. We're still looking at phone data, camera footage, everything that we can do. We put over the past couple months, we put out so many flyers, so much stuff on social media, and people are starting to call now.
Actually, I have a stack of some here. If you want some, you can put them up wherever you go.
So, but the things that we need is, number one, first and foremost, fresh to our ears, your thoughts on, what her mental state would have been like, because she's, everybody we talked to, not a lot of friends. She kind of kept to herself, gravitated more towards her teachers than she did other students. That's probably because she was probably smarter than some students.
From what we understand, her teachers nothing but high.
A-B student here in the 5th grade, straight A's when she was in Tallahassee, So just any thoughts that you might have about, her mental state, where her head was at, what kind of problems that she was facing. She wrote some things in her diary that, I don't know, were you told this about her diary? She wrote some things in her diary, and they were months before.
Yeah, over the course
I've
of,
seen her write some concerning stuff down
Yeah.
before, but I didn't hear about this.
and it
You
was
could tell
over.
me.
It was over the course of her schooling in Tallahassee.
That sounds into her pattern.
And it wasn't anything like, I'm definitely going to take my life, but it was like, maybe we're just better off if I wasn't here, things like that.
Did she draw?
She did draw a little bit of.
Much,
I don't think it was. I know she was into anime, but I don't know if she drew a lot of the anime. She did draw a little bit though, from what we could see. And even things like the smallest thing seemed to set her off was I remember one of the teachers spoke of her being always A's, B's, no problems there in the schooling, but when it came to her writing, if she misspelled a word or misspelled here and there, she would really get down on herself, and the teacher would kind of have to try to bring her out of that funk to get her to complete her lessons and that kind of thing.
Lori is probably undiagnosed dyslexic.
Okay, that makes sense.
She's really, really smart, but she's had a tutor, even in Tampa. She had a tutor to help her with her reading and her writing. And she understands. She has a comprehension. She just can't spell.
that's a tough thing to get over, and typically mislabeled. So
So
She didn't want to be. She didn't want to be like, because she's smart, so she didn't want to feel dumb. She didn't like to feel dumb.
you know, as an A student, you tell her she wants to fall through that.
And there's a lot of adaptive masking, like different things.
well, and if handwriting was any indication of intelligence, then there would be a lot of doctors that
Yeah.
that wouldn't be practicing right now. So you know that as well as anybody.
And I realized I didn't put it together when she started kindergarten. She was with her dad, and I've worked with children forever, so you have to teach them how to hold the pencil to
Yeah.
get the mechanics right, and she never learned that. So when I taught her, her hand muscles was, a little bit more developed and stuff, so
Yeah.
it never really corrected itself, but it took me years to even realize why her handwriting was like that.
My 12-year-old son, kind of the same way. It wasn't dyslexia. It was he's a little bit on the spectrum for autism. They had him diagnosed, but things like that did not come easy to him. In those younger years.
Eating with utensils. I mean, that was tough for one of my kids.
And somebody said, and this is not a diagnosis, but they said that she probably displayed behaviors of having DMDD. I didn't look that up, but it's like you can't diagnose a child with bipolar disorder.
Right.
I was just recently diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And so in looking at that, like, and realizing my own, like, genes and mental health and stuff like that, and seeing her behaviors, it was kind of like making sense, but this is all obviously in retrospect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
But that's why she, like, if she couldn't get it like perfect, she was really like, it would be a big reaction to a small thing.
that's she sounds pretty intelligent. It can be hard, I guess. I wouldn't know because I'm not that smart, but I'm sure it could be hard being that smart and intelligent and at such a young age. And that when she was in, like when you were in Tampa, did she have a friend group there or no?
I mean, she did. The school she went to and the after school I worked at,
Mhm.
so she kind of had. I was always there,
Yeah.
so they knew she was the coach's kid, so everybody was kind of nice to her, So I don't. She
What
didn't
did you
like.
coach?
I'm sorry.
What did you coach?
I did after school, so like soccer, basketball,
Yeah.
Okay.
flag football, stuff like that. And she's really good at basketball, and she really liked soccer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a way for her to like express her whatever energy she had.
Absolutely.
during the school
Yeah.
day.
Get it out. Get it out. And like Nick said, we've been assigned the case. We are trying to get an intimate knowledge of you, Andrew, Maurice as well, and most importantly, Lori, because I want to talk to her one day, and I still have hope that we can, but maybe figuring out a little bit about her and how she was living in the time, while she was with Andrew and maybe even a little bit before, might help us understand where she went. So, is there anything else you can think of that while she was in Tallahassee made you kind of suspicious that something was going on?
She was in contact with my biological mother, who lives a couple streets over from where her dad lives, and when I took her down there, they weren't supposed to have contact.
Okay.
And whenever her godmom lives down there too, and I said, here's her information, and she said that y'all had talked to her.
Right.
So I told him, if you need anything, please call her godmom, because her godmom is like my mom. She really took care of me growing up and made sure I went to college and everything. So, that was a trusted adult, but her mom is kind of going through it, and so that's why I didn't ask her to keep. And of course, that's his child. He has legal rights and all that stuff to her. So,
Well, I understand Andrew has another child in Tallahassee. Is that true?
I know that he has a son that's older than Lori.
By how much?
I'm not sure, maybe a year or two.
Would Lori know who that is or have contact with him?
She does. She has met her brother.
Okay.
I think his name is Keontae. I'm not sure. I've never met this child. I've never seen a picture
So
of him.
you've never even met him?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I've never met the mom or anything like that.
Okay. And Oh, okay. I was going to ask you, when that was, but I guess we never met. What about I know Andrew has a brother named Antoine, and maybe Lori spent some time at Antoine's house with her cousins. How often would that happen?
I'm not sure. I know that I know his working schedule, he had Twan get her and stay with them because Twan's older than Andrew and he's like more responsible. He's got a family, and so
Yeah.
he
Okay.
kind of like leaned on him as a resource of how to parent and all that type of stuff. So
Okay.
they would, she would be over there. I would talk to Twan pretty regularly, and he would, make sure her hair was done, and then,
Okay.
he's been a parent for a long time, so they would be, she'd be over there, and they would go out of town and stuff.
And we're asking these questions, and we're not trying to put suspicions in your mind, but we have to ask them. We have no evidence that any of these men, be it Andrew, Antoine, Maurice, did anything to her. But we just have to ask you, did you ever get a vibe from Antoine or Maurice or anybody?
Okay.
And again, I'm not trying to upset you.
No,
We know that's something we need to ask.
Yeah, no, I know that's, yeah.
And asking them, the obvious answer is we didn't do anything, and asking someone else who spent time, knows them,
Right. A mom
gives
would
us
know.
yeah.
I mean,
Right,
you would know.
yeah.
Mom's
Right.
intuition. There's nothing that beats that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think none of the three of them, like, I know Maurice would not hurt her. I know for a fact they spent a lot of time together. I know he would not hurt her. I'm sure that Twan wouldn't. And I don't have reason at all to believe that her dad would. I wouldn't have took her down there if I thought he was going to hurt her.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing, I from what I understand so far, throughout her educational career, if you want to call it that, schooling, she was primarily with you. So whatever area you were living in, whether it be Tampa or up here, she primarily went to school under your care.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2022, Dad was enrolling her in school in Tallahassee. What prompted that?
So when I was in school, I was in graduate school and primarily rely on financial aid. I don't have time to work. So something got messed up with my financial aid, and we got a letter on our apartment door while she was still in Florida. So I called him and I said, hey, like, we're basically about to get evicted. Can you just keep, like, I don't want her to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want her to see that.
To be bouncing around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was in Goodlettsville?
Yeah, that was in Goodlettsville.
Okay, all right.
And she was already in Florida at the time. And I said, well, can you just keep her and enroll her in school? And I sent him everything he needed. And Twan was very, very helpful in getting her because he works in the school system. He knows how to do it.
Okay. All right. Well, that was good. Good of an uncle to do, I guess. Help his brother and help her get enrolled. How did Lori feel about that?
When I called her, me and him talked about it on a Thursday night. And I said, well, can I tell her? And he was like, yeah, you can tell her, but I don't have time to, like, wait until Saturday. So I said, okay, I'll call her Friday. I had a quiz every single Friday, and I was gonna call her after because I knew she was gonna, like, have a big emotional, like, this is a lot.
Absolutely.
So I was gonna call her after.
Mom's not coming to get me. What's going on? I'm sure she'd have a ton of questions. She's smart. Yeah.
And but he, like, kept calling to the point where I had to step out of my class and speak to her. And because it was like a shortened time frame and everything, like, I explained it to her, and at first she was upset. She was really, really upset. And I just told her, like, well, we have to leave home, and I don't want that for you. And she kind of understood that.
Good. Okay.
And
So she understood why she had to stay with her dad.
and she was okay with it. And at one point he got frustrated with me. He said, well, I don't want to deal with it. Come pick her up. And so I was going to go pick her up.
When was that?
I think that was in April.
Okay, so she had made it mostly through the year and no issues until April?
No, this was before. So this, I don't know, this had to be the summertime. I guess this was before school had started.
Okay, so school down, I don't know how it is here, but school down in Florida, in Tallahassee specifically, starts around mid-August. And the 22 school year obviously goes August to December, and then January the 2023 they come back from Christmas break and they go through May. So do you remember kind of when she maybe took issue with it, or he took issue with it?
It was like a couple of days after we had agreed that she was gonna stay there.
Okay.
And so what happened was whenever I was trying to get her in school and stuff, me and Twan were talking, and he said, "Hey, send me her this and this and this and the previous whatever." So I sent him the stuff, and Andrew calls me, and he's like, like, you're basically not giving me a chance to, do my parently duty. And I said, well, it's very complicated to enroll a child in school.
Mhm.
So I'm just working with him because he knows how to do it. And so I sent him and stuff.
Okay.
And so he was frustrated about that. He said, this is not his kid. It's not my mom's kid.
Gotcha. Okay. So
It's,
that's what it was. Okay. All right.
And that.
He didn't want to kick her loose.
No,
He
he just was. I think that was a product of him being frustrated with me.
gotcha. Okay.
But in that day, and I said, okay, well, I'll be there on Saturday. They were like,
Did he express having problems getting information from you, or, I mean, because I filled out plenty of those forms myself, and it's really just you need certain numbers, certain records from previous schools, and that's about it. I mean, you don't need too much. So, okay. Well, what about? We did interview her teachers down there. So this is great. As we're talking, I can kind of brief you on what we've done so far, and let you know that we have been working constantly on this case. But one of the things we did was we spoke to Lori's teachers at Griffin Middle School where she attended, and there was one instance that one of the teachers remembered where she received a phone call in class from you.
mm-hmm.
Can you tell me about that conversation? Because it seemed to upset her. So
So I have been calling her dad. Her phone was taken, and that is normal because she'll get on, kids and the internet, so she would access things that she wasn't supposed to access, so he would take the device.
what kind of thing?
Pornographic things, but not like directly like anime characters having sex and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
That's like it looks innocent, but it kind of is a fun.
Is that something she had been doing like for a while, or?
I had previously caught this behavior, so that when he say I've taken her phone before, I've taken her laptop for the exact same thing. So
Okay.
when he
It
said he
wasn't a
took
surprise.
it, no, not at all,
Okay.
not at all. And
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. So the phone call.
the phone call at school,
Yeah.
right? So I'm trying to talk to her, and I'm calling him, and Twan doesn't have her, and so I don't really have any way to get her. Primarily, I would speak with his mom. His mom passed away, I think 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I know that was difficult for him because that was like the only person he would really.
And from what he said, Lori's pretty close to his mom too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
oh yeah. She yeah, she was. Lori was her like favorite person, and I know Lori seemed okay when she passed away, but I know like even when I went to pick her up from Miami, like her mom cried and she was like, "Please, can you give me just a few more days?" So I
Well,
don't.
she must have only been 8 or 9 years old when that happened.
Yeah, she was little.
Okay.
So I couldn't get contact with her. So I called the school, and I asked to speak with her, and she was upset. She felt abandoned, and in the conversation, I tried really hard to listen, and that's what she was explaining. She explained that she was feeling abandoned, and that's how I found out that she was spending the weekend with her grandmother and things like that. But I didn't
Okay.
like say anything to her. But she would ask like, why don't you call, or like you don't like basically look to her like I don't try to reach out to her, like I don't care,
Because you weren't able to get through to her.
because I wasn't able to get through her. So now she
So
feels
you
like I'm
had
not calling her.
you had to look up the school's number, find out what class she was in, and then they had to transfer you to that class to be able to talk to your daughter. Okay. Yeah, I'd be upset too. Well, um, okay.
And then he called me. I guess she told him that he called the school. So then that's when he called me, yelling at me. It's basically he thought it was not the appropriate thing to do. But I explained to him, well, you are causing a hindrance to me talking to my child, so I'm going to talk to my child. That was the only other thing I knew how to do, being so far away.
Okay.
Did he explain to you why he didn't answer your calls? Well, I mean, because once you started calling her and you couldn't get through, and you called Andrew and you called Andrew, but did Andrew explain why he didn't answer your calls?
Not directly. We don't
Mm-hmm.
have an amazing rapport.
When you did communicate with Andrew, how was that? What media was it through? Was it email, social media? So it was by phone? Anything but text message that we could look at?
I can I think if I have the text, man, I have to look for them. If I have them, you can have those.
One of the
Okay.
things for us, and again, like you said, your gut is Andrew didn't do anything. But we have to explore that option. We'd be stupid not to. We wouldn't be doing right by Lori. We wouldn't be doing right by you. So while we're looking at all these other sightings and everything else, we have to look at Andrew, unfortunately. So Jerry interviewed Andrew. Andrew comes across as, a caring guy. But anybody can present themselves as caring to
Oh,
us because we don't know them.
I'd be, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't been fooled before, because
Yeah.
I've been a detective long enough to have been fooled before. You
Oh.
know what I mean? It's people can get away with lying to us.
Yeah, women like me all the time. At work, I mean. Probably my wife lies to me some too, I don't know. But point being is like the any voicemails, the video footage we were talking about, text messages, the verbiage that he uses when he's talking to you is the real Andrew. You know what I mean? So if he's saying mean things to you,
Oh, he's extremely disrespectful towards me.
yeah, you know what I mean? That's
That's kind of what we're after, and it does two things. One, it paints anybody close to Lori in the appropriate light. So if Andrew tells us that Maurice is a jerk, you're a horrible mother or whatever, that's his perspective, and it's not the most accurate light. He's biased. He doesn't have the best relationship with you. He's nice and cordial with us, but not with you. So there are gaps in perspective that we need to fill and get a better understanding of him to make sure that there's no chance he's involved. And honestly, that goes for you too. But which is one of the reasons we came to talk to you. We don't rely on someone else's perspective. If I wanted to do that, I would have talked to Detective Drake. I'm not good with that. I want to come talk to you myself, especially if I'm going to be responsible for this case. So that's why we're here. And one of the things that we were discussing is, well, maybe if we explain things clearly to you, you would have no objection to letting us see whatever video or text messages are on your phone, taking a buccal swab from you or anything like that, because you would see us. You would know us from your own eyes, from your own ears. So,
and I think some of the younger detectives, like Detective Drake and others, they kind of get caught up in, well, the case is still open. I can't tell you anything. We're not like that. Family members, I'll tell you anything as long as you don't spread it around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the things we're saying about these other people, if you tell them, or then they're going to stop talking to us. So I mean, as long as we're speaking in confidence, I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
And that's another thing we wanted to tell you. So one of the things that we are not releasing is the description of her backpack.
Okay.
Because obviously we want to keep that close. We don't, God forbid something happened and that's, evidence that leads to her whereabouts. If there is someone else involved, we don't want them to dispose of it because they saw it in the news or something like that. So,
and everybody that we talked to that claims to have seen her, that's one of the things we asked. Was she carrying a bag or a backpack? If they say yeah, we have them describe it. If they describe it as being a red, black backpack, whatever, it's probably not her.
It helps us kind of distinguish between whether someone actually saw her or just saw someone that kind of looked like her. And well, the girl, last picture we have, she has braids. And she doesn't look atypical from any other 12-year-old girl, of her stature. So it's not like, we have to rely on certain things like, what kind of clothing was she wearing? If they say, oh, she's wearing tight spandex, that's not Lori. So, it's just one of those things that something else that's an identifier to help us rule in and rule out whether or not someone saw her. So that's something that we haven't told anybody else other than her father too. Because we did ask him about the backpack first when we didn't know who purchased it for her or something. So,
My best friend bought her the backpack and put like school supplies in it.
okay.
And she mailed it up here. This was a few years ago. She just had her backpack for.
It's got her name on it.
It does. It's got her name in capital letters in black, and then it's got a red heart, like LORI, and it's got a red heart on it.
Do you have so? What we had, I think, a description of the backpack from Andrew.
Yeah.
And
That's it. Detective Childers said you'd maybe send a picture of it.
And I couldn't find it at all. I looked
okay.
through so many pictures. I can't find that
but
one.
we know it's a multicolor, almost like
It's like a tie-dye JanSport. It's big.
Do you think Latanya will?
I asked her,
Okay.
and it was so long ago. I asked my best friend. I said, "Hey, do you have the purchase order?" I
Yeah.
can actually probably pull up a
So-
picture of one.
so what we did-
Okay. Yeah. Can you do that?
Yeah. Obviously, we went to JanSport's website, found a
There-
bag
there's like
similar to it, but then she's got
5
her
or
name
6 different tie-dye backpacks that kind of mimic what you're describing, and I thought I picked the best one, but
It's like this,
that's it. Okay, that's the one I picked.
and her
Okay.
name is right there.
Okay,
And what color lettering is her name?
It's in black, and the red heart's right
and a
there.
red heart. Okay,
Kind of at the
good.
end
I'm
of her
glad.
name?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the one that looked the most like rainbow tie-dye. The other ones were kind of like blue and pink and with stars and some other stuff. But okay, good. So again, one of the things that we were hoping to do, and I don't know if you feel more comfortable now, but this is a form that allows us to input your DNA into a national database to help identify, and I'm sorry for the remains. And as much as I hate doing this, I think it's important to help in this case to have the maternal DNA is the most important. Like you said, mitochondrial DNA. And I think this is the best avenue if something happened to her. If you're okay with it, we can do a quick sample now. All I need you to do is sign the bottom of this form. If you prefer me to fill it out first, I can do that. I can show you the one that Andrew filled out, which is right here. I have a copy of it. He did the same thing, and this is kind of the information that we would request. So your driver's license number, your name, address, or where you currently are. This is the case number. This is the number that we use to enter her into CIC. FCIC is missing. So all that is an identifier for her and for that comparison. FDLE needs us to enter it. So if you'd be willing to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had the videos on my iPad. It's not on my phone, so I can get my iPad and try to pull that up, and I would sign your form and
Okay.
pull up.
So one way we can do that is just kind of film the video off her phone,
Yeah.
off her iPad.
or we could extract it, and that's
I mean that's fine. You're not gonna. I have my schoolwork on there as well.
But
Or I can send you a link to upload it.
Yeah, she
Hopefully
did say that. Yeah, I'll
do you still have that link?
I don't know, but you can send some. I can upload it.
And that's kind of all we're after.
the messaging content on her phone and things like that. Is there any way that we could extract those messages?
I don't have her phone.
No.
Oh, no.
The ones
Messages
between
between-
you and Andrew specifically.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And probably the best way for us to do that for court purposes, instead of photographing text messages, is to extract them from the device. Now, I'll be honest, that will require us to take the device and bring it back to you, which is a pain, I know. And again, being completely honest, not trying to pull anything over on you. I mean, going above and beyond, trying to tell you exactly what we're doing. We weren't sure how you feel about that, so we did get an order of warrant signed by a judge that would allow us to take the phone, extract the stuff from it that we need, and then bring it back to you tomorrow. We don't want to keep the phone. We don't want to do anything. I don't want to deprive the phone because in this day and age, that iPhone it's everything, right?
Yeah.
You know. So we don't want to take it back to Tallahassee. We want to do that here. Bring it back to you in the morning. Any video footage that you can upload to us, Jerry can show you how to do that real quick. It's not that hard. We'll do it. Just anything that you can think of that can help. We want to do it.
The iPad has text messages and the video is all on that device. I don't know if that would be more.
Well, okay, so the iPad is synced to your phone.
It is, but the video is in the cloud, so I can't pull it onto this phone.
Okay. Is there any way you can sync your phone to the iPad right now and have it all connected?
The messages and the video are on the iPad.
They're on the iPad. So
Yeah.
messages between you and Andrew, and even Antoine, I would imagine too, are on that iPad.
I'm not sure about Twine because he didn't have an iPhone, so
Okay.
I don't know if it.
Gotcha.
But I can.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was fine.
Okay. So everything is on the iPad. Do you need the iPad?
I could spare the iPad overnight if y'all need to pull all your stuff off of there.
Like, to be honest, probably midday tomorrow. I should bring it back.
We'll bring. Take care of it.
Yeah, we will bring it back. Is it okay if we step in and do the form? Okay. Thank you. What time?
Here, I'm like really tore up on the inside.
Oh,
Is Miss Latanya here?
No, she's not here.
okay.
They're in the crate. They're not going to.
Oh no, I'm not. I love dogs. I have a dachshund myself. They're a best or something.
I'm in med school. That's why there's.
Oh yeah, I get it. Here, I can just use this right here. Yeah. How's Latanya doing with all this too? I know she shared quite a bit of time with Lori as well.
She's doing as best as she can. She's not doing, tell me all the, the hard stuff. Because she doesn't want me to get upset.
Right. Well, it's good to have that strong person that kind of helps you and supports you through everything. And I would imagine you want to keep your phone because you have to do work or school or through it.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the. Oh, I do have. Okay. Yeah, this goes back to November 2022.
Oh, perfect.
So that's the text messages.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm just gonna look at my dog real quick.
Sure.
Rather trying to find I'm trying to find the consent when I did that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's on video. We're good. Oh, they knew. Okay. Okay.
Oh, God. Hey. You want to smell? You give him a sniff.
We don't share it all.
No, they're so familiar.
My name is Giovanni.
Hey, Giovanni.
That's a great name. Miranda, can you remind me of your date of birth?
10/18/1993.
Okay. And do you happen to have an ID?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, you got two of them? He's upstairs.
Giovanni, you ain't gonna say nothing. Stop yelling. That's my.
Okay, thank you.
Are they both boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brothers?
Yeah, there were 5 of them.
Yeah.
I got the biggest one, the biggest one. And then I handed you the iPad. I could pull up the video.
Okay, figured I'd do that. I just needed the number off of it. Let's see. One.
I'm sorry, I know I came off like real.
No.
No.
Every right.
Um,
Every right to be upset, frustrated, full of anxiety,
Real bad
fear.
anxiety.
I know.
everybody grieves differently, okay? And some people express that with anger, doubt, frustration. That is something we understand very, very well.
See it all the time.
And I know you care about her. I know she's not here, but
I wish it was there.
I wish she was too. I wish she was too. And I know you would have told us long ago.
I wouldn't have wasted all these resources.
I know.
want her to be here. I wish she would. I don't have her. That video was the last time that I seen her. And it ends and we hugged. And that's the last time I held my baby.
Listen, I know that sitting here talking to you, unless you can talk to me. Okay? I know that. I know that. Here we act like we were upset about what you said to us. No.
No.
We understand exactly where we're coming from.
I would be just as upset as you. I would be just as frustrated and completely and utterly angry over everything that's happened. I completely understand. I didn't bring 2 copies. Do you have a copy machine here, perhaps?
You can take a picture of it.
Or take a picture of it? Yeah. That way you have a copy of it, but all I need is your signature right here. I'll just note that. Sign it right there. And there is, you know what, I can probably give you this also. This is, this is kind of the rules for the submission. It explains a little bit. I don't know if it explains much about like how it's going to be inputted, but this is mainly how to fill out the form. I don't know if it's of help to you, but you're welcome to take a picture of the form if you want it for your record. And it has some important numbers on it. So these are the case numbers associated to her entries into a bunch of different databases. So that I think could be helpful to you. And this portion of it is very, very simple. All I'm going to do is take a swab of your cheek. That's it. It very much less invasive than even a COVID test.
Yeah, they're medium-sized poodles. They're Moyen poodles.
So this is a requirement that I put on gloves. I'm not worried about anything. And it's kind of crazy because I have to use my hands to put them on. So anyway, I never understood that. So I'm only going to use one. This one I will throw away.
Yeah, we've got a little half a malt, half having less half malt.
So this one I'm taking out. This one I'm putting in here. I'm going to place this in this envelope. That's what will go in. And it's going to be sealed with evidence tape. I'm going to have you initial it too. That way you know it is yours without a doubt. If you ever see this packaging. So you know, unfortunately me and Detective Roberts have to be cynical when we investigate crimes, and especially when you're trying to leave no stone unturned.
You think
And-
it's a crime?
Well, no. I have hope that we will find her, and when it comes to when it comes to family, though, especially when a child's been gone this long, there's two avenues of thought. One of which is someone in the family has her and is just not telling us, and that's what I'm hoping. If you want to sign on those two for me. So I signed it, you signed it, that's our seal for this. I'm going to give you my card and cell phone number, okay? And if you have any concerns at all about this case, please call me. If you want questions as to what's going on or what has gone on, if you don't remember what we talked about tonight, call me. I'll answer whatever questions you have, okay?
There's a lock on the iPad. I'll tell you the code.
Okay,
No,
cool.
it's a lot of stuff.
Sure, what's the code?
I gotta see it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Devices.
Sure. There you go. Is it disabled now?
No, I
Okay.
think this one's 5150. If it's not that, it's 6301.
Okay.
It's definitely one of them.
So it's just a 4-digit? Okay.
And I can see if I can turn it off.
Miranda, thank you so much for your help. You know, raising a child is not easy. They never tell you this, but there's no right way to do it. The only person that knows the right way is usually mom. And if you don't have a good mom to learn from, it's even tougher.
What?
Yes.
This iPhone.
It's, do you know what model the iPad is?
This is an iPad Mini 6.
iPad Mini 6. Okay.
It's one thing we added just to allow his office to do the extraction if necessary.
Okay.
So, you may explain or what you do.
Okay. So, this is a consent form. Again, we need it to do the extraction, and you've been nothing but helpful. So, I don't expect this to be a problem for you at all. But what it says is, and I'm gonna write your name right here. I, Miranda White, hereby authorize the above named police officer with the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department, Nashville, Davidson County, Tennessee, and any other person who may be needed to assist to search and, if necessary, remove from the premises, if necessary, the above described electronic media, including but not limited to computer systems or accessories, cell phone devices, modems, storage media, online cloud storage, or other electronic equipment capable of storing, retrieving, processing, or accessing data in any format, which I either own or am authorized to have custody and control over. I give this consent to search freely and voluntarily without fear, threat, or coercion of promises of any kind, and with full knowledge of my constitutional right not to have a search made without a search warrant, and of my right to refuse to consent to such a search. I hereby waive those rights and consent to the search. I am also aware that if I wish to exercise the right of refusal at any time during the search, it will be respected. And consent to allow the Federal Bureau of Investigation to perform the extraction, which the gentleman behind you, he is part of an FBI task force that's helping us. He was available to help us today. He's been great and he would answer any questions you have if you have any for him. But if
Leave a card there as well.
yeah, and if and that's just so you know, if you can't get a hold of us, you can get a hold of him. But our intention is to bring that to you before we leave town. So that was just that's the video. Okay.
You be home tomorrow?
I'm supposed to work all day. I'm gonna have to try. You're supposed to pick up my anxiety medicine right here.
Her at some point before we sound. Okay. Yeah, she works too. Okay. So we'll reach out to her. Maybe give her a call or something. Just let her know that we might be calling her. We might do it over the phone. We might talk to her in person. Just whatever her schedule allows. But I didn't want you to think we were going behind your back to talk to your wife or anything. So, did she have different feelings about anybody else we were talking about from you?
No, I know that Lori kind of kept her at arm's distance because she felt like she was going to like take her from me, and we had that conversation
Really?
a whole bunch of times. But she was kind of warming up to.
Kind of warming up to her.
Because Tanya's cool. Like she has a lot of nephews and godchildren, and so
She's
seeing
used to being
them,
around kids.
yeah, and like seeing how they see her, she's like, oh, well, she might actually be kind of cool.
How old was Lori when Tanya came into your life?
9.
Okay. Yeah.
One of the things we found out from some of her classmates, and again, I'm not judging. I'm not insinuating anything. Did Lori have a sexual preference?
Lori. So I'm pretty sure. I hope she's not having sex with nobody, but I'm pretty sure she likes.
No indication that she was. Yeah.
Okay.
She at one point in time did come and tell me that she thought that she liked girls because mommy likes girls, and I said, well, you don't have to. You don't have your preferences based off my preferences.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I think that's all it was. I think that she
Okay.
likes boys. She looks at boy like anime characters and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
She looks at the girl anime characters and stuff too, but I mean that's what they're designed for. So
And the reason I'm asking is if she is with somebody else, is it male? Is the person male, female? It might help to try to find her. If she's, and think of it this way too, there could be the possibility that she is with a group of kids close to her age, and because she doesn't want to be with dad, she doesn't necessarily want to be here or know how to get here. It could be that too.
Mhm.
And if we know a little bit more about her, as much as we can about her, that might help narrow it down if for sightings and that kind of thing too. So, don't lose hope. There's a world of possibilities where she could be. So right down here, and then print your name there, and then sign there. Those are dolls? No, I didn't get to see them. Oh,
Oh, cute.
yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. We're gonna take this.
I'm gonna give you a business card of mine as well.
Yeah. Do you also want a picture of this form with your phone?
Or we can email it to you, either way.
Oh, the case. Okay. And I got you my card. I told you I would.
You can put my name on that as well.
Yeah, I probably should.
It's one of them. And do you need a charger or?
I think it's a.
Much power's on it right now.
89. It should last, but if I can.
Is it USB-C?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have a charger for it if we need it.
What was the code for that? I'm sorry.
I think it's 6'3".
Yeah. 5158 or 6301. It could be either one of those. And you have it disabled right now, right?
I couldn't think about how to turn it off.
Okay. I think it's just come up.
Touch ID and password. Yeah, it's 5158.
Okay. 5158. All right. Here's my card.
I'll give you one of mine as well. My phone number's on there. I don't always hear that particular phone ring, but feel free to leave a message and I'll call you back as quickly.
She's still sorry.
Oh, she signed right here.
Yeah. Well, first of all, sign up.
Oh. What was the other signature for?
That's for you, the witness.
Oh, I'm sorry. I signed it wrong place.
Okay, it's turned off.
All right. Thank you.
Sign up one line.
Yeah. We're using their forms. Ours are actually flipped the other way. So. Yeah.
No, it's not too. Where are you?
Is that going to raise somewhere? I'll let you order. So.
Okay. And Miranda, sorry, we surprised you like this. I know this is the last thing you wanted to deal with.
No, I haven't been working with y'all. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I get it.
Is Latanya gonna be home soon?
I can see she
I just want to make sure, especially when we're bringing all this up again, and it's very emotional. I want her here with you. You said she's been trying to support, so.
I asked for and she said she would have a problem with us talking to her.
Okay.
Whether that's today or tomorrow or whatever. Just like I was telling her, Tanya's perspectives on the same people who they're talking about are very important to us.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Hello. Metro and TPD are here, and they're just they're saying they want to talk to you. I talked to them. I gave them the swab and I gave them my iPad and all that stuff, and they just wanted to see when you would be here so they could talk to you.
yeah, because I don't really feel comfortable even until she gets
Okay.
here. They shouldn't be with you.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, good.
I would have felt good even here. And
Yeah.
she's not going to be home for another couple hours and you're here by yourself. We can wait outside if you want.
Yeah, would you rather just wait outside?
No, y'all are fine. It's
Okay.
I cannot do anything else.
Take whatever you have to do. Don't let us get in the way. And like I said, if you prefer us to wait outside, we will, so you can do what you need to do. But
have more question.
yeah, do we have any questions at all?
So,
Okay.
She should be here in about 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
different sightings are still being investigated, like we talked about. And again, this is not to give you false hope or anything like this. The most recent sighting was, we still don't know what to make of it yet. The most recent sighting was a couple days ago.
It got reported to us last night around 7 o'clock, and we had detectives out there today.
The person waited a day to contact law enforcement. It's a guy in a food truck who saw a male and a female. Apparently he'd seen Lori's picture on some of the social media postings that we put out. He saw them walking. They came up to the food truck. They said, "There's money in food." Said something in fact, you look familiar, and the two kids scampered off. That's really all we have.
That's gonna be how you find her. Is she's gonna eat? She's gonna find some food.
Yeah. So officers met with him first thing this morning. Again, we got that tip last night, like 10:30. Is when it came in. He had the sighting the day before. He was able to give an approximate time frame, a span of like 1 to 5 hours this event happened in, while he had his food truck set up on North Monroe Street. And so officers scoured for, there's a lot of businesses there along North Monroe Street. So they scoured for video. I'm sure they did a recanvass of hotels up towards 27 and I-10. Because there's 2 dozen hotels up there. So hopefully we'll have some answer. Jerry can reach out to you and let you know kind of what became of that. There's no reason why you should be sitting in the dark. If we get a good tip in, we'll let you know.
Call every day. Call once a week. Call whenever
As
you,
much as you want.
yeah, as much as you want, twice a day.
6
Call,
times a day, whatever.
call when you want to get an update on what's going on.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. And, you know, I'll be honest with you, Andrew isn't. You know, we talk to him. He answers when we call. We have questions for him. He answers no problem. He seems genuinely concerned. I'm not casting any kind of dispersions on him, but he doesn't call like you have. He hasn't, you know, you seem, I don't know, more of the person that's most concerned. Antoine, you know, I talk to him pretty regularly too, and you know, he is concerned too. So I think his son Corey and Lori got along pretty well. I think they even communicated, well, tried to, when she had a phone, but I don't know how long that lasted.
Was she responsive to text messages and things like that?
Generally, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she would text me, like,
Right.
for the first reason I got her a cell phone is because she was riding the bus up here. And, you know, I told her, you know, you can't use it in school, but she would text me and getting on the bus,
Absolutely.
getting off the bus.
Sure.
So she, you know,
Mm.
she probably dictated to the phone
Okay.
because she, you know, can't spell amazing, but she,
Okay.
every time, you know, if she had her device and I text her, she would text me back.
That makes sense. As to why there'd be very little text, but mostly voice calls. Okay. And I noticed too, did I guess communication between you and her was mainly a lot through email too?
We did have email. I don't, let me see.
We were able to get those records.
Okay,
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
great.
We were able to I think Google's great. They keep things for a very long time, and they're happy to help in situations like this. So we were able to get her emails, and that was a way
She
we.
would respond right back pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah. It looked like she talked to you a little bit. I don't think what we got back included the content, but it did include correspondence with you and told us, you know, that you guys spoke. Sorry, I'm getting text messages. And my sergeant wanted an update on what's going on here and everything. So they're probably just responding to what I sent them. So, but anyway, one of the things we did learn is the social media accounts that she tried to activate. And what we gathered from that was it looks like she activated some things, but did not kind of pursue it. Didn't really post. She was active on Twitter, and I think I can probably pull up Twitter and show you what she was looking at.
Did you take your
My wife's asking me if I'm still alive, so I'm sorry.
Oh,
Working.
yeah.
Let's see. I wouldn't normally do this, but I have my own Twitter account. I did look up Lori just to try to see if there was anything going on. And I want. So this is what her Twitter account looks like,
Mm-hmm. That's what her YouTube picture
Okay.
looks like.
and you can kind of go through and see. Hopefully, it'll load. I'm trying to find Wi-Fi. So you can see there's no posted media. There's no posts at all that she's done, but she has replies, and they'll load here in a second. And the things that she was replying to were like high school fight videos, anime stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, likes. It wasn't even replies, it was likes. So she hasn't written anything on Twitter, but this is what kind of the stuff she's been looking at and liking. So, again, this is the fight video I was telling you about. But, you know, this kind of stuff. And this kind of stuff gets fed to you. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, all the aggression and stuff, why? But anyway, that's kind of, I've been kind of trying to keep track to see if she likes anything. But it ends you know, there's nothing very, very recent. So, and it doesn't look like, it doesn't look like she had any email correspondence at all after about March of 23. So, I don't know if you've been told that before, but
No, but I mean, it makes sense. She
yeah.
she would have to remember her password, which she probably don't, and then she can't recover it with the phone number. So,
Yeah. Hi, Miss White.
how you doing?
We're sorry to intrude, and I know this is the last thing you want to deal with, especially after a long day of work. But
Sorry.
yeah, we've been. If y'all need a minute, we can talk in a little bit. If y'all want to talk first.
Yeah, I didn't go to get the medicine, so. Oh, you didn't get to pick it up? I was cold, and the plumber came at like 4, and.
Yeah.
You're that's your son, but talk to her.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
That's what he asked me to do, so that's what I was.
Sure.
I wasn't like.
Yeah. Sure. Go ahead.
I mean, we could.
Can I see the dog?
Oh yeah.
Hey, puppies. Oh, you're so cooped up. I'm so sorry. Oh, please lick me to death. Good doggy. Hey, look at you. So, tell me about the house. Was this like a converted one like kind of house, and it's now multiple residents, or?
This is my godmom's house.
Okay.
She's a pediatrician,
Okay.
so she has 2 houses. This is just one of them. I don't know. I don't make
Okay.
her money, so
Gotcha. Okay.
so we
Not
were
yet,
getting-
right?
Not yet. When we were getting put out of the apartment, she was like, "Hey, like,
Okay.
you can stay here."
So you guys just have a room or
Yeah, she
access to everything?
I mean, we have that. We don't go like down here. It's 2 bedrooms, a whole kitchen, living room, pantry,
Just trying to get it.
and laundry.
How many people live here?
Me, Tanya. I mean, she lives here,
Okay.
and then she has kids, but she spends most of her time at the other house. She just works from home
Oh, gotcha.
from
Okay.
here.
Okay,
guess.
from here. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So she has another residence. She just kind of uses this as an office.
Yeah, I guess when her mom was living, her mom passed away. I think last year or the year before,
Okay.
and this was where she kept her mom and stuff. And so that's when she was spending more time over here.
Okay, great. It's nice that you have family. We kind of looked out the same way. We'd sold our house and then had no place to really go, and we were worried about that. And family member said, "Hey, get an empty house. You want to rent it?" Absolutely.
Yes,
And
please.
they made us a deal on the rent. Let me tell you, I don't want to leave.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and you know that with house prices, insurance now it's absolutely
Everything about, like,
ridiculous.
It snowed and the pipes got messed up. The plumber had to come out. It's like they don't teach you this kind of stuff. Like the roof having to be redone. And
There is so. I know the cost of repairs is a lot, and when it comes to simple stuff, they charge an exorbitant amount, especially like, you know, it's Christmas Eve, there's a busted pipe, and now you have to hire a plumber to come out, and they charge $500, $600, sometimes $1,000 to come out on a holiday like that. There's a website that tells you how to fix a bunch of different things, even appliances. And I use that quite a bit to avoid
yeah,
costly repairs. So, a busted pipe in the wall is a little different, but you definitely want a professional for that. A lot of the little stuff, it does help. If you're inclined to, kind of mechanically inclined, some people are, some people aren't. So, so are the vehicles outside? Those are your vehicles?
Yeah.
There's no one else that drives those here.
no, the red car is in both of our name and the blue one's in mine.
Okay.
Nobody drives them because nobody makes the car payment.
Okay. I hope things get better. How much more school do you have?
I had to, I failed. This happened at the finals, and so I ended up failing my exam. And so
Just here.
I had to
Adding
leave.
salt to the wound.
Yeah, so I'm supposed to be going back in the summer.
Okay.
Um,
Well, good. So it didn't
Yeah.
affect your further schooling.
I mean, it costs $100,000 a year, so it's
Oh.
it's expensive, but you know, you can't know something like this is gonna happen, right?
No,
So-
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can't. With Lori and some of her, I guess, needs when it came to attention and behavior, a little bit. I can imagine that's a tall, full plate with school and her. I mean, I saw some reports here where she ran away here. Well, in Goodlettsville.
Right, yeah, she didn't get
Right.
Metro was super quick. But she did spend 3 or 4 weeks in Vanderbilt's Children's Hospital.
Yeah, what happened?
So when she was going to Chadwell, she was, I guess, about to get in trouble in the after school program, and she tried to run out the door, and the counselor basically kind of tackled her.
Okay.
And he was like, "I'm so sorry, like I touched your kid," but I'm like, "No, she's about to run into traffic. Like,
Yeah.
please,
Oh, yeah.
do what you need to do."
You know what's funny is I had to do the same thing when I went to Griffin Middle to talk to the teachers. There's a kid running out, and he was running straight into the parking lot, and the next thing was a busy road. My first instinct was no.
Yeah.
Here, mom.
And when she did that, that was alarming because I hadn't seen her do that at school before, and it was like I've taught school before, and I didn't go to school all this time to lose my teaching for this one kid that doesn't want to act right.
Yeah.
So that's too much to put on the school. So I'm like, okay, well, she really does. Like, she's had counselors and stuff. I'm like, she really does need some help and like something very intense.
Okay, that's okay. Detective Childers told me about this. She was prescribed.
Guanfacine.
Yeah, it was like, I think it's more like a.
It's a blood pressure medicine.
Yeah,
They use it
yeah.
for her anxiety.
Okay, all right.
Because they were really good about
She was trying to explain it to me. She's like, I think it's a blood pressure medication, but they used it for something else. I go, well, that's common in a bunch of different medications.
Yeah.
Its intended purpose is one thing, but they use it for multiple diagnoses and treatments. So.
and she was real upset about being at Vanderbilt. She again felt abandoned.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, a facility that has a bunch of strangers, prodding, poking, asking a bunch of questions, and yeah, I can only imagine for a child that's
And
quite a lot.
it's hard because when they're like from a clinical perspective, you don't want to give kids any type of heavy medicine because they're not finished developing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So her team was really, really good about.
Oh.
We kind of all sat together. It was like 6 of them and me, and we came up with a treatment plan. They were really, really good.
Good. Yeah, I even have my reservations about Tylenol and Motrin,
Right.
let alone some of the heavy chemicals that they use for pharmaceuticals nowadays.
So I don't have those records anymore, but I can sign if you need those.
I think we can send a subpoena or something to Vanderbilt and ask for them if we need them. I don't know that we do.
Okay.
I trust what you're telling me about the medication you were giving your own child. I mean, you would know as well as they would what was going on with her. So, so it was PTSD, and was there anything else other than the dyslexia that she had issue with?
I don't know. So when she was 4,
Mm-hmm.
Are
you talking about the allegation?
Yeah, and then
I read about that.
Yeah, and so I don't know if something happened to her in that time.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
My granddad, he didn't do that. He didn't
You don't
touch her.
think so?
Not
Okay.
at all. I grew up with him. He didn't do that.
Never had anything with you
No.
or any other kid?
Mm-mm,
Okay.
mm-mm.
It'd be kind of strange if, it happened to one kid and not others. It's...
But I don't know that nothing happened. Like when she, all that time that I wasn't there, I can't like something could have happened to her, and those things get so deep that they can't.
Yeah.
Then it comes out, when they're 30.
Well, that's kind of why when you mentioned the getting caught watching pornography, that's a big red flag that
Yeah.
something happened at some point. But
And she did have nightmares, and when she was 5, they did say, that she had bedwetting, which was not indicative, but it's on the list of things that could be
Right.
related to child sexual abuse. So they couldn't pinpoint and say definitively that something happened to her, but they also couldn't say that it didn't.
okay, a lot of those. So I read it's called a null pros. Basically, the reason the state attorney's office didn't go through with prosecution. It's a document they have to file with the court system. And it's vague at best,
Yeah.
and it doesn't really explain what happened in the case. And a lot of those records are sealed because it did not go to trial. Even for us, I don't know if you feel comfortable reliving this, but can you kind of describe what Lori described to you about what happened?
And what she said was that she said that he had sex with her, and those were her words.
Okay.
But it's right. But at the time, so they did a forensic interview with a child psychologist, whatever. And they were doing the play therapy and all this and that, and it does, like, from what they understand, this is not congruent with the situation. Like, something she said in the video was that, like, her granddad would feed her dog food. They don't have a dog, and my granddad is a phenomenal cook.
Okay.
So it's like,
there are a lot of inconsistencies with what she was saying versus the reality of what
Right.
the household was like.
but it could have been misplaced. Like, these things are happening. My mom sexually abused me when I was a child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't remember that until this was a few years ago when I was in the master's program and I was like studying, and it kind of unlocked, and then my PTSD got a whole lot worse. And then I was like, oh my God,
Wow.
I've left my child over here, not even like knowing.
Wow. Okay. So you've been through a lot yourself.
Yeah, and that's why I was so adamant about her not going over there. And I told him that, and
And you did.
and she told me, my daughter told me that Gigi said that that her grandmother told her to go to school and say that.
Okay. What was she mad at her? It's her granddad, right? That I guess.
It's her dad.
Yeah, because I know it happened in Quincy, and
Yeah.
your family's kind of from that area.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened was whenever
All Andrew's family's from Miami, so I thought maybe
when it all kind of like came out, they did an investigation in Tampa, and they said that I couldn't spend the night with her. So at the time, my mom was living in my house, in my apartment, and but she's 3, my daughter's 3, so I'm like, I'm not about to. If I can't spend the night with her, then I'm not gonna make her leave. I'm gonna leave, and so Maurice's mom let me stay in her house and sleep the nights there, and then my mom was supposed to take her to school, but she was like, I don't want to take her to school, and then she moved to North Carolina, and she just left my kid, and so that's how my kid ended up in foster care. And then my granddad came down because he was like, what the fuck, like, why is she in foster care? So he came down and he was like, give me the baby. If you're not gonna give her to her mom, give her to me. And so we got her, and then that's when all that happened, and that's how she ended up in foster care. They took her from the granddad and put her in foster care, and then they finally called her dad, and that's how she went to Miami.
What was your mom doing to Lori?
I never saw anything happen.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I would.
That's probably.
But we moved out right after Lori turned 1.
Okay.
But I mean, like, she would keep, like, I was in college and stuff, and she would keep her for the weekend, or like I said, she lived in my house, so she'd watch her while I studied and stuff like that. So she had her when she wanted to, because some days she'd be like, I don't want to do it, which it's not your kid, you don't have to.
Well, one of the things I talked to Detective Childers about was, I guess there was Brooklyn's your mom? Okay, Brooklyn was, I guess, was she sex trafficking kid or?
Oh, yeah.
Or, okay, what happened with that?
So it was me. This was a long time ago. I was 4 and 5, and her friend came to stay. I guess I don't know what the situation was. I do believe that the friend was a dancer, but she had 4 kids, and so the mom and the kids came to stay in the house, the same house on Arkansas Street. She done lived in that house forever.
There were what 6, 7 people.
Yeah, there
at
was
one
6
time.
people. Yeah, and so it was a girl and 2 boys, and the oldest girl wasn't there. And so me and the girl would be in the room, and then the boys would be in the other room. And was abused by the girl and both of the boys. And there was a few times I can remember that both my mom and their mom like witnessed this happening, and didn't. And I guess this is a suppressed memory from being 4 and 5 years old. So
I know
I didn't.
Details are probably going to be.
Yeah, like I didn't know it was bad. And so whenever I was trying to remember it and stuff, I was asking, I was like, hey, I remember this argument between y'all, but I was so little, I didn't understand all the words and stuff. Because she ended up putting them out at some point. But yeah, people would come to the house and we would have to like perform for them and different things like that. Yeah, it's real. At that exact same house, like that exact same house, DCF would come in, and I remember them walking through the house, and we were hiding under the bed, and the officer, or I don't know who it was, but he had on big brown boots and like work pants. And I remember her saying like she's not here, she's at her grandmother's house. And I remember like she told me like hide under here, don't say anything, like just very much manipulation. Like they're gonna take you from your mommy, they're gonna say I'm a bad mommy.
Wow. Was she doing the right?
Not to my knowledge, but I didn't remember it happening to me, so I like.
And Lori never mentioned her to you at all? Or anything close to?
But she would I remember being little and some things that she would do. Like, your mom changes your diapers and stuff, but when you're a little older, there's not a reason that. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, when we were in the apartment in Goodlettsville, Lori was starting to get her period, but it was that kind of in between.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty young.
Yeah, she started at 9.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of it that young and even younger, but that's not typical.
And I started early. My mom started. We have a history of hormone dependent cancer, uterine, ovarian, breast cancer. So.
Oh wow.
So she was saying hey, something's going on. Can you come and look at it? And she don't usually ask that, so I go look at it, and I remember putting her on the bed and looking, and she was just very uncomfortable, which I didn't think anything because she's growing boobs and she's getting
everything's awkward and uncomfortable for a girl that age. Yeah.
But I remember being up to 12 and 14, having to lay on the bed and lift my legs up, and my mom just being down there and touching me and stuff.
Oh wow.
And
jeez.
So I think that being in that position and me standing how I was over her, I think that subconsciously that might have been similar, because I've been I've been on the flip of it, and that might have been a correlation of it. She would get for example, she would give Lori a mirror and send her into the bathroom and masturbate, and I'm like,
whoa.
Right.
At what age?
4. And this is not sounding crazy to me because she did the same thing with me. It's you have to get to know your body, blah 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 blah.
No.
You're right. You don't encourage it. They're gonna do it, but you don't encourage it.
Well, when you're older and closer to being in a adult, I would imagine, but not. At 4?
And I mean, kids do it, but it's more of, it's not like a sexual. They're just exploring.
Yeah, it's a curiosity.
Yeah.
I that well, you know, trust me, I have boys. They're curious about everything. I have to remind them that's not appropriate. It's usually like back time stuff. But yeah,
So I didn't like witness her like doing anything, but in my memory, I think that Lori may have been in situations that were similar. Not as far as like necessarily other people coming over, but I do think that she touched her and then shifted the blame to somebody else. So that's where I think her anxiety and her PTSD comes from.
so you think maybe Brooklyn was bringing other adults?
I have no reason to believe she was bringing other adults, but I genuinely do feel like she was touching her.
Okay.
Like Lori never, because Lori would talk. Lori, she's quiet with other people, but I couldn't get her to stop talking.
Other than you and Lori, has Brooklyn ever cared for other kids?
The ones that were there from the mom
Just then, while you were young.
while I was young.
Okay,
But yeah, that was the,
that's it. Okay.
yeah, it was just me.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because I would have loved to talk if there were any other children she cared for, especially recently. We could go talk to their parents, and depending on what age they are, we could even talk to them to see if anything like that's been going on. Because for me, even outside of what's been going on in the family, that seems like a huge red flag to me as far as why she may have left, why she felt she couldn't rely on family.
She was spending the night there one time where I had took her down there. We were living up here, and I had took her down there, and she ran out of my mom's house.
Okay.
And nobody explained to me why, but they explained the situation that ensued afterwards. But Lori don't just run out the door. Something happens before that.
Yeah.
And so as I'm thinking, I'm like, well, was that?
Was something taken away? Was something?
Well, it was at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. What was going on?
Right. So I don't know if she was trying to. She's supposed to be asleep, so I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't get the details, and I've never asked her. Because I don't want to. If it didn't happen, I don't want to plant that in her head.
Well, so we plan on talking to Brooklyn. We just haven't done it yet because I think other detectives have spoken to her. And I don't think any of our detectives had reached out to you and spoken in person. When we got this case, I was like, that's important. We need to talk to Mom. We need to fill her in on what's going on. We need to make it clear that, what our intentions are for everything we're doing and not just barking demands and, expecting compliance. That it doesn't work for adults. You can do that with kids sometimes, but it doesn't work for adults. Adults want to know why.
Yeah.
And they want a clear understanding of what's going on. So I was like, let's give that to Miranda. Let's go up and see her, tell her how much we care about coming here to talk to you. We try to do it outside of business hours because we know you're in school. We know she's at work. So that's why we're here now. So this is one of the things we want to do first because we had the opportunity to do it right. And it worked out for both our schedules to come up here. We had court. It's not that this case isn't important, but we go to jail if we don't go to court. Yeah. So, we want to be able to continue to work this case, which is why we picked this week to come up. We also didn't want to interrupt plans with you and Latanya if we had Valentine's Day or whatever going on as well, so we didn't come last night. But we wanted to make sure that we did have this meeting with you. I think Brooklyn's been spoken to by Detective Drake and Detective Childers, and I guess from the previous incident, Detective Howard. So 3 detectives have talked to Brooklyn. Now we're bringing 4th and 5th. You know, we didn't want to do that right away because we expected some pushback and some resistance. So we were pretty confident we wouldn't get that from you. So that's the other thing. So we do plan on talking to her. How do you feel about us bringing all that stuff up? Because she's going to know it came from you. Do you really communicate with her at all
Oh
anymore?
no! When I
Not-
realized what happened,
I assume that based on you not wanting Lori to be there and you know a little bit of the video that I did see.
whenever I called her to talk about it, one of the guys, he passed away in a real bad car accident, some years back. And so whenever I was like saying it, I was telling her, like, I'm explaining for the first time my sexual abuse that came from this person in my house. She didn't seem concerned, and she was like, well, I'm glad he's dead. And I'm just like, I mean, it was even weird for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not glad he's dead. Like, that's somebody's kid.
Yeah.
Like,
So she's kind of callous. And,
yeah. Yeah, but she knew, and like just studying like all the different psychology and stuff, and replaying the that hindsight's 2020. So
What does Brooklyn do for a living?
from what I understand, she works for the state, but we haven't spoken in 2 years.
Okay.
Did she ever tell?
Even when we went to a funeral last year, she did not say a word to me. I did not say a word to her because she sent my grandfather to jail
Over the allegations.
over something he did not touch her.
Okay.
And my granddad is my some of his friends.
Do you still talk to him?
We have a strained relationship now because my kid put him in jail. So
Okay. Yeah.
and his wife is real mad at me. Because he came to help. He came to help.
Right.
And
Drove 4 hours, 5 hours almost to get her.
I had broke my shoulder in a bad car accident, and my mom wouldn't come. My granddad came down. He took me to my surgery. Like, he made sure I had food. He took my baby to school and everything. Like, he did everything for me. And I guess he wasn't there when she was growing up because I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, but
Yeah, I remember Detective Childers. I think she interviewed him. And she had her doubts about the allegations too. She talked to him. So.
yeah. So,
Whenever Detective Roberts is finished talking with Tanya, we'll leave y'all in peace. And like I said, I'll keep you updated as much as you want to do. Don't worry about am I calling too much or no, call. Okay. Every fathomable possibility is going to be looked into. There's a saying in the homicide, that's where I work, in the homicide unit. I've been a detective a very, very long time. It's not that I'm in the homicide unit that I'm here. It's because I've been a detective. I'm the second senior detective in the investigation bureau right now. So that's why we're here. But there's a saying in the homicide unit, how do you know unless you ask the question?
right.
All right. So I prefaced with that to ask, is Lori here?
No, you're welcome to do whatever you need to do. I don't have that. I wish I did.
Perfect. Would there be any reason you would take Lori from Andrew and move her somewhere else?
I'm not saying that's what happened.
Like, is there any?
No, not without him knowing about it.
Oh,
No, I would
not
tell
without
him.
him knowing.
No, I would tell him I'm the custodial parent, so I can go get her if I wanted to.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. And I'm not asking these questions.
Yeah, you have to
confident.
ask.
Yes, I'm confident she's not here. I'm confident you don't have her. Your emotions and the way you've expressed yourself tonight while we've been talking tells me everything I need to know. But I have to ask the question. So, is there any chance that Maurice, whether at your direction or not, would retrieve Lori because he wanted to see her and care for her and didn't think Andrew was doing a good job.
No.
How often do you on call?
Every other day.
Pretty regularly then.
And he said, because before I asked Andrew, I asked Maurice, can you, because his mom's that's the family.
She knows more. I mean,
Yeah.
she knows Maurice.
And he said, I don't have the resources. And now he's like, I wish I would have got her.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I think he said was he visited regularly. He even came here to visit with her. Oh, well, maybe not here, but in Goodlettsville to visit her and everything because he was her. So
yeah, they're best friends.
Yeah.
Lori and Maurice are best friends. She he understands her in some way that I don't know. But they're
well, some people share the same quirks, same understanding of life, and it doesn't. It transcends ages. That form of thinking, that line of thinking. So I get that. Is there anyone that Maurice would charge with doing that for him because he felt uncomfortable with her being with Andrew?
no.
No. Okay. Obviously, one of the concerns is Maurice wouldn't let us search his house, and constitutionally, he is absolutely correct. We had no probable cause to search his house. We had no reason.
He's working law enforcement, so
Oh, he was?
not
Okay.
directly, but he knows. He's the one that read the book.
You can't fault someone for knowing the law
Yeah.
and feeling uncomfortable with strangers in their house,
But
whether they wear a badge or not.
he's got cameras, and his cameras have cameras.
Right.
So
Okay.
if he had her, we would know about it.
You would know that. Okay.
But he would have told. He wouldn't.
Good.
He wouldn't hurt her.
Good. Okay. That makes me feel tremendously better. And I understand why he doesn't want strangers in his house. I mean, like you were saying earlier, law enforcement hasn't always been kind in history.
Yeah.
So, and that passes generation as well. My opinion, I'll share it with you, is that social media has kind of hurt us a little bit.
Yeah.
Bad stuff gets portrayed a lot.
Yeah.
The good stuff almost never. And I think there's a whole lot more good than that. Even across our
Jim, I cut it out.
society entirely. You better listen to Mama.
Look at them. I know they're doing wrong. It's frozen.
And I think society as a whole is good.
Yes.
We deal with the 5% of people that are just horrible. Other than that, everybody's good natured. So.
We were going to court all that time and stuff. Just the cops get me real bad anxiety. Not because they just get me anxiety.
Well, any good-hearted person, when pulled over or otherwise, feels very anxious when a police officer is approaching. That's normal.
Yeah.
That's absolutely normal. I don't know how many times, even as a rookie and working a beat, I pull the car over and the license gets handed to me like this, and they've never had a ticket before in their life, let alone a charge in their life. These are not bad people. They're just, oh my God, I'm gonna get in trouble is what's circling their mind, and they feel anxious around police officers. I completely understand. So I was the same way when I was young. I got in trouble when I was young, so I know. I've had my fair share of trouble, so it's that kind of stuff is also part of growing up.
Yeah.
Some people get lucky and not have the history to go with it. Other people not so lucky, and there's a track record that we can see. So doesn't mean anything about their character.
Yeah.
Hard knocks, or hard knocks early when you help you grow. Is there anything we haven't done that we can do for you? Aside from keeping you updated.
Not that I can.
Okay. I do have flyers with me. Do you want some of them?
No, she ain't up here.
Okay.
She's not up here. And I don't like it. I mean, I didn't have a choice. I don't like a picture that it's not a good picture.
Well, so that brings my other point. The video here has a great image of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a better image than what we've been using. So you might see an updated image from that video in flyers and in the media. So we'll push that out as soon as we can because I think it's a better depiction of her. So,
And like just how he started is how he always is.
oh, I saw that. That I haven't seen that side of Andrew.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't and it was like so. It was real hard in court because he was cooperative, but it's like I don't know. I just feel like you're trying to
real quiet.
yeah.
You know, very very reserved. That video was like I said. It's a light on the perspective of his personality. So that's good that we had that. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for letting us do this. And we'll, hopefully be back before the end of the morning to bring this back to you. In the off chance you're not here,
Probably won't be here, but if I'm not, I'll be at Longhorn.
at Longhorn, okay, we can bring it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the host, so I'm the first one you'll see.
Okay. I would, especially when someone's not a subject of interest or anything like that, going to someone's place of employment always raises questions with the boss and
Yeah.
all that. I don't want to get you in trouble and all that. So,
Yeah, it's hard. It's like, oh, I could have did this different. I could have did this different. I should have that day. I should have took her back with me, but you can't know that.
no one can predict the future. No one can predict behavior even that way.
Yeah,
You try,
sure.
but and I mean, I can't imagine what you're going through and how just torn apart that this is making me. Yeah, you're that those thoughts will never go away. What could I have done different? Will never go away. But,
I was a young parent. I didn't.
yeah. Well, apparently you didn't have a good example of what a parent
No,
is either. So,
not at all.
other than your granddad.
And Andrew's several years older than me, and the night that I got pregnant, I don't know if you could say consensual because I was 15, 16, but I think the law of consent in Florida is around that age.
16 to 24 is kind of they refer to it as Romeo and Juliet law. But yeah.
So like the first time that night, like I was fine with it. Like he came and picked me up. We went up across town, whatever. And then we were leaving, and he picked me up. Like we got out the door, and he picked me up and carried me back to the room. And I was like, no. It wasn't violent. Like it didn't hurt, but I did tell him no.
Okay.
And so that comes up at the end of the video, and that's how I ended up getting pregnant at 16 in school, and
Oh wow.
it's just been because I always knew I wanted to be a doctor. So
I think I've known since I was like 5. I wanted to be a police officer. So
yeah,
I get it.
like sometimes you just have this calling, and
Yeah.
so I did the best I could. Not a lot of resources, of course, but I should have spent more time with her.
Well, considering what you went through, I think you're doing pretty good. So, good job. I don't know if anyone's ever told you that. You had a choice to either let your child see you get evicted, or put her in a more stable environment where she may not feel that pain. And you chose to let her not feel that pain. And to
Put
not
us out of the house before me and my baby. Like when my child was like 8 or 9 months.
Brooklyn did.
Yeah, we got into a fight and she put us both out.
Just in the what time of year?
It was summertime,
Mosquitoes and everything else. Yeah, that's
and she was so little, and we go on walks all the time. So I just always try to not show her how yucky the world is because she's gonna see it anyway. So she is real sheltered.
Yeah, I do the same for mine. They don't know the ins and outs of what I do. You know,
Yeah.
all they know is cops and robbers, and you know, you know. Sometimes well, someone broke into the Walmart, stole all the toys. We had to go get them back. Sorry, I wasn't here. And, you know, they ask those questions. Did we get them back? Yeah, we got them back. We got the bags. I'm home now.
And then I ended up sleeping in my car for 2 nights
Jeez.
with my baby. And, you know,
At
just,
1 year old.
and her godmom, I
And
called
you would
her
have been, what, 18 years old?
17.
17?
Yeah. 16, 17.
Yeah.
And it just out of, you're like, I can't do this to my kid. I called her godmom. And Daisy was like, what the fuck? Come to my house right now. Like,
And Daisy's
Lori's godmom.
Laura's godmom. Okay.
Yeah.
That's her name. Okay.
And she knows, like, that's why she's kind of always looked out for me, because she could see it before I could. And obviously she's not going to tell me my mom's not a good person.
Yeah.
So she helped me do everything in school and go to college. And
Well, good. You know, that's good. You had at least some support, but you know, I commend you for everything you did do on your own. I mean, it's tough. 17 years old with a baby and trying to make something of yourself for a career and find a better life for you and your child despite all the hurdles. I mean, that's no easy feat.
she's not going to be able to do it.
Well, she is a strong example that you can. Yeah, that's a lot of hurdles. That's a lot of uphill climb. So
And I know, like, she needed, like, more therapy and stuff.
yeah,
It's pros and cons. When you have them young, your body's really healthy. Like, I had a very easy pregnancy. I didn't have no problems. I didn't have no money. My brain's not finished. So, now it should be a different kid. She would have a different life experience
right.
if she was born now, because I'm 30. So, but my back always hurts. So.
Well, I'm a different man now than I was when I was 20.
Yeah.
I mean, you grow, and it's hard to say I regret because I'm here now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in a place where I'm very, very happy with my life, and I couldn't have gotten here with all the trouble I dealt with when I was younger. So yes, it's part of growing. 18 years old, 17 years old with a kid, meaning no support from mom. That's kind of horrible.
That's why I worked at the after school program, so I could at least make some money and I could see her.
Yeah.
Hey, just a couple things that came up. I'll let you discuss.
Okay.
But I guess before Lori went to Tallahassee, she had a phone here. Did that phone go to Tallahassee with her?
The iPhone?
Whatever phone. I know her dad bought her a phone, and that's the one the dad had taken away from her right before she went missing, or the week before.
Oh,
That's fine.
a couple months before.
A couple months before. But did she carry another phone to Tallahassee with her, one that you guys had given her?
Yeah, I was trying to figure. I don't. You know the phone we got her. Yeah, I couldn't remember what that gray phone. Yeah, I think it had like unicorns or something on it. That phone is in storage, but it's from some years ago.
Okay.
Okay, it's still.
But yeah, it's up here.
Okay.
It's in Nashville.
And then,
God, that'd be huge if the device to
yeah,
find her. That'd be.
the low. Was Lori taking medications? And I don't know if you told to drink this or not, or if she even asked. But was Lori taking medications at all?
At the time that she was down there, no.
Okay, so after the incident happened, she went to Vanderbilt just for evaluations. Was there blood pressure medication she was put on, or something like that?
Yeah, they gave her blood pressure medications to
You already
lower
know?
her anxiety,
Okay, you already covered it.
but she had came off of it while she was still up here with me.
Right. Yeah. I think. Did she tell me that? I think we discussed that she had briefly been on it, and then.
Yeah, she said she didn't want to take medicine anymore.
Gotcha.
She didn't feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the only other thing was not really a question. I know Tanya had questions about when Lori ran away for that 24-hour period in May in Tallahassee,
Yes.
where she was. And I can't answer those questions. Jerry's really read in on those prior missing person cases, so he might be able to answer some of those questions for you. That was it.
Yeah, I mean,
I have no idea what happened that day.
so apparently something had happened where she was upset. I think it was along the lines of her issue with spelling at school. She got low marks or something for just her spelling, but the teachers, I mean, they were impressed with everything else about her and her intelligence. So she got down about that. There may have been at one point a bad interaction with you that she felt some way about. This is according to Dad. So I don't know if this is the complete truth, but in that instance, she was upset and maybe misbehaving. Andrew took the phone, kind of disciplined her for her behavior, and that's when she ran off. I don't think he was able to catch her because, from what I understand, she's pretty fast.
She's much faster than she looks.
Yeah.
She's an athlete.
So when she ran away, he lost sight of her, couldn't find her, and what she ended up doing was seeking out. She knew there was a boy that rode the bus with her. His name's Donaldson, and she rode the bus with him and a couple other kids. And when they got off the bus, the bus stop was right across from where Donaldson lived in an apartment complex. So that's where she went. She went to the apartment complex to find him. At one point, she was sleeping on patio furniture throughout the night. But then she went to school the next day. She loved school, apparently. I think that's her favorite place to be, is at school.
She loved women.
Yeah. So she got on the bus. She went to school. And
She on the bus with no shoes on.
I think she had clothing.
She had shoes. Like, that's what I'm saying. We got so many different storylines.
From what I understand, she went to school and went through half the day.
She had to have had shoes. If you didn't, if you have a child,
teacher would have probably called.
Yeah.
To say
that's concerning. That wasn't the story. That wasn't the story. So
she was also wearing Donaldson's clothes, so that's probably where she got the shoes. She was wearing the boys' clothes when she was at school.
Okay.
So yeah, she had borrowed a change of clothes from him.
Is he's the same age as her? Or
yes, same age. So Detective Howard had gone to Brooklyn's house and then had gone to the school, and the teachers were like, "She's here. We didn't know she was missing. She's here." So, okay, point me in the direction. Where's her class? And they see her walking down the hallway, and the first thing she asks is, "Where's my backpack?" So, I mean, she managed to get through a night, and stay somewhere else, find a place to go, and then make it to school the next day. I mean, that's. I don't think if my kid was 12, they'd be able to do that.
Yeah,
So
that's
She grabbed her backpack before she ran out of the house.
In this case, yes, but the one before, no.
The 24-hour period, she didn't.
She did not. No.
She asked for a backpack though.
She asked the detective if they had her backpack.
Oh, if they had it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
Which was
very consistent because Lori is like me. I always have that bag, and
And
if
a
she
journal.
don't have her
I
backpack,
think she kept her journal all the time. Someone described her having a clock with her and would set it on the desk to know when the period was over. Is that true?
I'm not familiar with that, but that sounds like Lori.
Like a little,
Like what is it?
like a digital clock
That sounds like one of
that she set on her desk, and she would know exactly what time it was, so she would know to get up and leave when the bell rang. No,
Yeah.
or no one was getting close to pack up, so she.
Yeah,
She's good with time. Like,
yeah, we had to
she-
get her clock filled because
she would take her shower. Like she was
Yeah.
real good with timing.
we're structured.
That's
Try to
yeah,
be
we're-
structured.
yeah.
That's another detail we're not releasing because
Okay.
we want
Yeah.
to. There's a digital clock in the mix too.
They're not saying what the backpack looks like.
Yeah, we're not gonna put that out because
Was there toothbrush or anything on this? Like when you, so the toothbrush was still there.
as far as we know, it was all there. And I will say this about Andrew: he still has her stuff. He has even put it in a room in his new apartment.
Oh, he moved.
He did move. He moved to Georgia, but then I mean he's close. It's a town. I don't know if he wants you to know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yes.
It's a small town near Tallahassee, very near to Tallahassee, and convenient for him to work. But from our understanding of what he told us, Lori knew that they were moving there,
Oh, okay.
and it was an intention because I want to say the town he moved to, the rent prices are a lot lower.
Yeah.
I didn't ask him this because I don't want to offend him, but basically, I think he sought out an apartment that in a nicer area with lower rent than what he was paying. That included 2 bedrooms and 1 floor. And he put her stuff in her room, like the room he intended to have her in, and put a desk in there too for her. There's a bed, a desk, and her clothes is in some suitcases and some bags in the closet of that room. And they're there. And he's like, I'm not throwing it away. So,
That does not sound like somebody who heard this kid.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. But again, we don't
know.
Yes, we can assume all we want.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be a good detective if I assumed. So,
Yeah.
Well, Tanya, do you have any questions for me? You're invested in this as much as Miranda, as much as anybody else. So,
I think at one point I had a lot of questions, and
did Nick answer them?
yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, who played what? Sorry, what you said?
Did Nick answer them for you? The
Oh,
detective you spoke to?
no, I did most of the talking.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like at this moment, like I'm just like I'm blank because now I'm actually receiving a side
Information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and so
Well,
and it's kind of like it's kind of disheartening, but like I'm glad on the opposite end because now we're receiving something, but.
it's comforting to have
Hey, cut it out,
information
cut it
on
out.
what's going on, and I wish I could give you the comfort of Lori being back with you. Right now, I can't. I'm hoping to do that though, and consolation is knowing what's going on with this case. I completely understand and agree with that. So you will have that from here on out without any doubt. I gave you my card. It has my cell phone number on it, so call me. No question is a stupid question. So if you have a question about the case and I can answer, I absolutely will. If you have a question or something you want us to look into, we will do it.
Did he notice if any clothes was missing? I mean, I don't know exactly how much clothes they
Right,
had.
and I don't.
But if he
Like he
noticed
has some sense.
Between clothes that maybe you got her and he got her, he wouldn't maybe realize.
We got her what? I think she went with maybe 2 to 3 pairs of shoes. She had Crocs, she had slides, and I think some sneakers.
We have her Crocs, her pink ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have those, and we're using them for a DNA comparison. Should it be necessary? We don't know that it is yet. But she had a lot of clothes that Andrew still had, and more than a few pairs of shoes. So I'm confident if she did leave and intended to leave, she would have done that. There's no signs of a struggle at the house. There were no signs of forced entry.
Yeah.
We took a forensics team over there and swabbed for blood, looked for damage, any indication that there would be a struggle inside that house, and there was none.
I told what's his name?
Nick.
So yeah, I told Nick like she's not willingly going to go outside. There's a TV, there's food in there. She's content. She's content. So
I
it's
don't
like
understand, maybe scared of the dark.
scared. Yeah, not willingly
the
going
fact
to go
that she's
outside.
Yeah.
on the patio furniture is very
Well,
surprising.
Well, the other thing too is we don't know what time she left. It could have been daylight. Because Andrew didn't get home till well after daylight. So, she even could have gone missing at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. Andrew would have been 2 hours away.
And so that friend that she usually go to,
We've spoken to him, spoken to his mother. they still live in the same apartment complex, just in a different apartment. And I mean, they're still there. And from what he told us, he was out of town when she went missing. They had gone to visit family out of town in South Florida, so he wasn't even there. We confirmed all that with mom and everything.
In
So
the old apartment, is somebody there now?
we've checked vacancies in apartments in that whole area. We've knocked on doors throughout that whole neighborhood. We have aggressively went after the listed sex offenders in the area as well. So we've explored like every avenue we can think of, especially for canvassing, mostly in that area. So we've even gone back to look for video in probably a pretty wide span. I mean, you're talking at least 50 or 60 businesses we went to, because typically they will keep video for a long time, just in the chance that she had walked by. We don't know what time frame we're looking for. That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
The only indication that we know of that Lori was at Andrew's house is Andrew after May 25th when you left. So he's the only person saying she was there.
I thought they were witnesses.
That she was going home.
Well, at that time, school is out. So she's not getting on a bus. She's not going anywhere. She is at home all day, every day, and all night by herself. So that killed me when you're leaving at night to work while your child's at home. I get it, she's 12. I get it, she's smart, but I mean, God forbid she chokes. You know, that's my thing.
Yeah.
I tell my kids, if even out, it takes me a couple hours to cut my grass, and my wife is, she has a job that keeps her away for a few days at a time. But I tell them, I was like, you are not allowed to eat when I am outside cutting the grass, because
Right,
no
it'll be that
one is
one-
there to save you.
Yeah, it'll be that one off chance.
It'll be the one chance she's eating a grape and chokes. It's a concern of mine. I can't imagine being gone for 12 hours.
No,
So
not.
We had, like we said, we had cameras.
We had cameras, and that's to go to Target down the road. Like,
They're not-
yeah, like I.
yeah, that's different. You monitor them. My kids have an iPad. They can call me on. They could call me right now if they wanted to. But
I know Miranda did give him certain resources that she trusted to call if that's the case, and I don't know if he
He
reached
didn't
out or
know.
not. Yeah.
like I said, the one hope is she knows your number by heart. More than one person has told us that. Teachers even told us that.
She knows.
And
Excuse me.
They're crying because she's here.
Is she outside?
I'm pretty sure that's.
I thought it was them breaking that car.
No, yeah, that's she's here.
Oh, then yeah. So,
I'm sorry, crying.
I'm sure it's been a long day. I'm sure you guys want to get some rest. And I'm sure you have a lot to think about. So please reach out whenever you feel it's appropriate. Don't worry about hour or day. If I can't answer the phone, I won't. If you leave a message or text me, I will get back to you as soon as I can. Okay? So please don't shy away from that. I'm happy to speak with you.
They're taking the iPad with the video and the text messages.
Yeah. And that's all we want is that video, because I'll show you the image I snapped, and I already sent it to hopefully be disseminated in a flyer, updated flyer. But this is the image we got from that iPad, and that is a great picture of her. We can use this for facial recognition. So we can reach out to a whole lot of different entities, even like Target stores.
They do like Valor. Right, Target's cameras have cameras.
Yeah,
So they solve like crimes for the FBI and stuff. It's really.
Well, you would think too, a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14, 15-year-old, they're not going to go get a job,
No.
but they got to eat.
Yeah.
They got to take care of themselves. They're going to steal.
Yeah.
And with the cameras that we have at Target, Walmart, and all those places, they have high definition cameras. We can run that through those to see if she is with a group of kids kind of making it on their own, maybe have to steal to eat and live. So that's our hope too, is that maybe she's with, you know, a group like that, that maybe it's people she felt comfortable with. But again, I'm not leaving any option uninvestigated. So, but sorry, I've been rambling on. Is there
No,
anything
you're
else I
fine.
can do for you?
I think this is the most we've gotten in the 7 months.
And I'm sorry for that. I wish I'd come up here sooner. All right, if there's nothing else, I'm gonna go. We're gonna get this back to you tomorrow, and I'm sure.
Are you drop? Will you be dropping it? I'm just trying to make sure. I think I'll
So-
be here till 2 or something like that.
Yeah, we arranged it with Miranda.
That's
If she's not here, we'll take it to Longhorn, where she's.
I think I'm home. I'm home tomorrow.
But if you're home till 2,
Yeah.
it'll probably be here.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll probably be here before that.
Okay. Yeah, I work from here tomorrow.
Okay. Well, thank you all. Thank you all so much. Like I said, please reach out.
So, what are your thoughts about Maranda White's statements, her cooperation, her truthfulness? Would like to hear what you have to say. And obviously, what other thoughts do you have about the case and about what happened to Lori Paige after listening to what Maranda White had to say? In this visit to Nashville, Tennessee, Tallahassee police not only spoke to Maranda White, but they also spoke to Latonia White. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching Deep Dive True Crime.
Thank you for watching today's deep dive. If you found this case interesting or have any thoughts, feel free to leave a comment below. Remember, this community thrives on smart and respectful discussion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay on track with our new case videos. We cover new details, court hearings, interviews, interrogations, and more. This is Maya with Deep Dive True Crime and Mentor Lawyer Justice Network, and I'll see you all in the next video.